Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another hopefully interesting discussion on all things well-being. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and it is a spectacular day here on Champlain College campus. It's so beautiful outside the Adirondacks and the very frozen-looking lake. Kind of says Titanic to me, you know, but I only came in because there was a little bit of wind, and I know it makes a weird noise on the thing. So here we go. Today I would like to talk about turning pain into purpose, inspired today by my dear friend Oprah. Remember, she doesn't know, but I will meet her someday. Because man, I was on the way and I listened to lots of different people, inspired by them in some way, usually each and every day. And it's just so true, because people can get so locked into their pain and hanging on to it because it feels like there's power in that or something. But when we can learn to turn our pain into purpose, and she was talking about Maya Angelou, who was also sexually abused and assaulted, and Maya Angelou said she would not take any of the chapters out of the book. No, she would not, because of how the growth. Oprah said the same thing. Raped at 9 and sexually molested, I think, up until 14, and she wouldn't take any parts out of the book, and neither would I. The physical, being thrown into a dresser, I wouldn't, believe it or not, I wouldn't change it. Wouldn't want to relive it. I'm not saying that. And the sexual abuse from 6th through 8th grade, I wouldn't take it out. It was horrible. It's taken me a lot of my life to work through it. But I wouldn't change it. And the emotional abuse, which was actually the worst of it all, believe it or not, with my mother, I wouldn't change it. I would not change it, because it was all turning me into a much bigger heart, bigger-hearted, better person. And it's like when somebody goes through adversity, in the scale of adversity, right all the way to trauma, when you come out of that, it's like you've been kissed by angels or something. I don't know how to explain it, but you're looking through life through a different lens. And even if it isn't your thing to speak publicly and all of that, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't matter what you do. You can be doctor, lawyer, teacher, barista, yoga instructor. There's actually yoga or trauma-informed yoga. There's all kinds of ways to put your personal stamp on whatever it is you do to turn your pain into purpose, which involves vulnerability, absolutely. And with vulnerability, there's strength. It's not weakness. That's very Brene Brown, actually. It's not weakness, it's strength, and it involves courage. Remember, from the Latin cur, for heart. And we are really being courageous when we share our story, put ourselves out there, jump in with both feet, not knowing what the outcome will be. That's when we're truly courageous. And let me tell you, I've seen it make such a difference in people's lives. Other people sharing to me, making a difference in my life. And I've had people say things to me based on sharing my own story after a couple of the TED Talks and just privately around. And it doesn't matter. Whatever your calling is in this world, you can still turn pain into purpose. And that's what my dear friend Oprah labels post-traumatic wisdom, right? We have post-traumatic growth, and that just takes it another level higher. And I just love how she says that, post-traumatic wisdom. And when we're in alignment, our personality, our stories with our purpose can just set the world on fire. And typically when we share our story with vulnerability and with courage, not only does it help the other person, but it's healing for us. It's just all good, because we become these very sincere empaths. It's just like this lens. We're walking around seeing life at a much deeper level. It's just the lens of authenticity, maybe, let's say that. We can just see things. We can just read the room with it, and I don't even know. So that's the thing. I'd say turning pain into purpose, because look at it this way: you can't turn the clocks back anyway. You might as well change how we look at things, right? And that's very Wayne Dyer to say we can't always change what's happening out here, right? But when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And it is just so true. And it also gives us autonomy. We can always change what we choose to take from something, even something is tragic as a funeral. There's some good parts to it, like people getting together, blah 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 blah. So no matter what anybody's gone through, the growth that happens, it can be exponential and be life-changing, not just for you, but for everybody you touch in your life. So yeah, so those of us who have been through all that stuff, that just rolled out of me. We are all kissed by angels. So there you go. Post-traumatic wisdom, turning the pain into purpose. This is Kimberly Quinn, signing off from my adorable office on Champlain College in northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.